listen to me carefully. I want you to pause whatever is running through your mind right now, all the noise, all the distractions, all the excuses. Breathe. For just a few minutes, this is between me and you. Because right now, at this very moment, you have two choices. You either keep living the life that everybody else designed for you, or you stand up, take the steering wheel, and finally start thinking for yourself. The world has spent your entire life telling you who you should be, what you should do, what is acceptable, what is too much, and what is realistic. And here you are, broken, stressed, tired, wondering why you feel so trapped. It's because you've been living by someone else's script, not yours, and you know I'm right. Deep down, you know you were made for more. Since childhood, you've been programmed. School told you to sit down, shut up, and obey. Society told you that your worth comes from pleasing others, from fitting in, from not rocking the boat. Friends told you to chill, to not take things too seriously. Social media told you what to wear, what to drive, who to admire. You've been fed an entire reality that was never yours, and now you wonder why you feel lost. But here's the brutal truth. The more you live for them, the less you live for you. Every day you ignore your own voice, it gets quieter. Every time you agree with something you hate, you lose a piece of yourself. And one day, if you're not careful, you wake up and realize you've been living a life you never wanted, a job you hate, in a body you don't respect, surrounded by people who don't push you forward. Stop right here. Think. When was the last time you made a decision based on what you truly wanted, not what was expected? Not what would make you look good, not what would keep people from talking. Can you even remember? That's the tragedy. People lose their entire lives because they were too scared to think for themselves. Thinking for yourself is dangerous. People will call you arrogant, rebellious, even selfish. They will try to shame you back into the box they built for you. Why? Because your freedom threatens them. When you refuse to follow the rules they've been blindly following, you expose their weakness. Breaking free takes courage. It's not about running away from responsibility, it's about owning it fully. It's about saying, if I fail, it's on me. If I win, it's on me. I will no longer blame my parents, my boss, my government, or my circumstances. My life is my problem to fix. Most people won't do this. They prefer comfort over freedom. They would rather complain than take control. They will spend their lives talking about what they would do, what they could do, what they should do, and die with regret. But not you. If you're listening to this, I know something inside you is ready to fight back. Breaking free starts small. Stop saying yes to things that drain you. Stop explaining yourself to people who don't care. Stop apologizing for wanting more, and then go build the life that sets your soul on fire, no matter who disagrees. Once you decide to think for yourself, you have to reprogram your mind, because right now it's full of their thoughts, not yours. You've been conditioned to doubt yourself, to settle, to wait for permission. That ends today. You need to become mentally bulletproof. This means cutting off negativity, avoiding energy vampires, and surrounding yourself with people who actually live by what they say. It means feeding your mind with books, podcasts, mentors, not mindless scrolling. It means waking up every day with purpose and refusing to waste time. Discipline is freedom. Self-control is power. When you can command your mind, you can command your life. No one can manipulate you when you know who you are and what you stand for. That's what makes you unstoppable, not luck, not money, not talent, but the ability to think clearly and act with conviction while everyone else is distracted. Thinking for yourself means nothing if you do nothing. People love to figure things out and never move. You don't need more clarity, you need more action. Stop waiting for the perfect plan. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for people to support you. Start where you are with what you have. Life rewards the movers, not the thinkers who stay still. Take that course. Start that business. Leave that toxic situation. Hit the gym. Ask for the raise. Do the thing you've been putting off for years. If you fail, so what? At least you failed moving forward. You will learn, you will adapt, you will come back stronger. And let me tell you something, action is addictive. Once you get a taste of what it feels like to create your own results, you won't want to stop. That's how you build momentum. That's how you become the kind of person who wakes up hungry for life instead of exhausted by it. When you think for yourself and take control, you become a walking wake-up call for everyone around you. People will start to notice not because you told them, but because they can feel the shift. Your confidence, your discipline, your energy will speak louder than any words. You will inspire some and intimidate others. Some will cheer for you, some will secretly hope you fail. Both are proof that you are doing something worth noticing. You're no longer invisible, you're no longer average. And here's the best part. When you rise, you give permission to others to rise. You become the example your younger self needed. You become the proof that thinking for yourself, living by your rules, is not only possible, but powerful. So here we are, the choice is right in front of you. Keep living for them or finally live for you. Keep waiting for permission or give it to yourself. Keep following the rules that were never written for your happiness or break them and write your own. Your life will pass either way. Years will keep ticking. The question is, when your final day comes, will you be proud of the life you lived? Will you be able to say, I did it my way, I thought for myself, I refused to settle? Or will you be haunted by what you could have been if you just had the courage to step up? You already know the answer. You've felt it in your chest this whole time. So stop ignoring it. Stop waiting. This is your moment. This is your chance. Your life. Your rules. Start thinking for yourself and never look back. Most people spend their entire lives living for everyone but themselves, and they don't even realize it. From the moment you were born, the world started telling you who you are supposed to be. Your parents, your teachers, your culture, your society, they all handed you a script before you even had a chance to write your own. Go to school, get good grades, behave, sit down, listen, follow the rules. Then you grow older and the world gets louder. It tells you what success is supposed to look like, what happiness should mean, what kind of job makes you respectable, what kind of partner you should love, what kind of life you should settle for. And without even thinking, you go along with it, because that's what everyone else is doing. But deep down, there's a voice in you that knows something is wrong. That quiet little whisper inside your heart says, this can't be all there is. I was made for more than this. And yet, every time you hear that voice, you silence it, because thinking differently is uncomfortable. The truth is that living for others is the fastest way to destroy your soul. Every time you agree to do something that you hate just to keep the peace, a piece of you dies. Every time you smile and nod when you want to scream no, you are betraying yourself. Every time you hide your dreams because you're scared people will laugh, you are burying the real you alive. This is why so many people wake up in their 30s, 40s, 50s feeling empty, depressed, and resentful. They look around and realize they built a life they never actually wanted, a career that drains them, relationships that don't inspire them, a body they don't take care of, and a spirit that is barely alive. And then they wonder why they are unhappy. I'm telling you this because you need to wake up before that happens to you. You need to stop living by the rules that were handed to you. Stop asking, what will they think? And start asking, what do I think? Stop giving so much power to people who aren't even living the kind of life you want. You were not born to just exist, pay bills, and die quietly. You were born to create, to grow, to love, to fight, to experience the full intensity of life. And that starts when you stop living for them and start living for you. The day you decide to listen to your own voice, everything changes. Suddenly, the job you hate is no longer acceptable. The relationships that drain you no longer feel tolerable. The excuses you've been making no longer satisfy you. You wake up and realize this is your one shot, your one life, and you are done wasting it being who they want you to be. Breaking free is not for the faint of heart. The moment you decide to think for yourself, you will feel resistance from every direction. People you thought were your friends will look at you differently. Family members might question your decisions. Society will call you reckless, arrogant, selfish, and that is exactly why most people never do it, because they are terrified of judgment. They would rather live a quiet, miserable life than risk being misunderstood. But you cannot live for both them and you at the same time. You cannot serve two masters. Either you choose their approval or you choose your freedom. You can't have both. The courage to break free comes from one thing, realizing that no one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your boss, not your government, not your friends. If your life feels stuck, it is no one's responsibility but yours to change it. That is scary, yes, but it's also the most empowering truth you'll ever hear. Because if no one else is in control, then no one else can stop you. That means you are free. Free to choose, free to build, free to rewrite the story you've been given. But freedom comes with a cost. It means you have to take full accountability for everything in your life, the good and the bad. You can't keep blaming your past, your upbringing, or your circumstances. You have to own it all. If your body is out of shape, you fix it. If your career is miserable, you make a new plan. If your circle of friends keeps you small, you find a better one. Every complaint you have about your life becomes a challenge to rise above, not an excuse to stay stuck. People will hate you for this. They will try to pull you back because your courage will make them feel their own lack of it. They will call you changed as if that's a bad thing. They will accuse you of thinking you are better than them, when in reality you just refuse to be worse than you could be. And you must be ready for that. You must be ready to be disliked, to stand alone if necessary, to be uncomfortable while everyone else is cozy in mediocrity. But if you can push through that pain, the reward is priceless. The first time you make a decision purely because it feels right to you, not because it's what's expected, not because it's what will make others happy, you will feel an energy you've never felt before. It will feel like oxygen after years of suffocation. That's what freedom tastes like. And once you get a taste, you will never want to go back. You will never again accept a life where you are a prisoner of other people's expectations. You will become addicted to living on your own terms, and that's when the real transformation begins. Once you decide to think for yourself and break free from the trap, you need to build a mind so strong that nothing can drag you back into the cage. Because make no mistake, the world will keep trying. People will test you, life will test you, and your old habits will try to pull you back into the comfort zone where you wasted years. This is why you must build an unshakable mind, a mind that knows who you are, what you stand for, and refuses to bend for anything or anyone. Right now, your mind might be cluttered with noise, thoughts that aren't even yours, beliefs you didn't choose, fears you inherited from other people. You were told to stay small, to stay safe, to not take too many risks. You were told that life is hard, money is evil, happiness is a luxury, and dreams are unrealistic. And you believed it because you heard it over and over again until it became your reality. But here's the truth. Everything you believe about life is just a story, and stories can be rewritten. If you want to change your life, you must first change the story in your head. You start by taking control of what goes into your mind. Stop consuming trash. Stop scrolling endlessly through negativity, gossip, and nonsense that drains your energy. Replace it with things that build you, books that challenge you, conversations that inspire you, mentors that push you higher. Every single day, you have to feed your mind with strength, because the world will feed it with weakness, and then you train yourself to stay calm under pressure. Life will throw problems your way, failures, losses, betrayals. Most people panic and collapse when this happens because they never train their mind to handle adversity. But you must train to stand tall when storms hit. You must learn to keep thinking clearly when others are falling apart. This is what separates the strong from the weak, not avoiding pain, but staying in control through it. Building an unshakable mind also means controlling yourself when no one is watching. Discipline is freedom. If you can't command yourself to do the hard things, to wake up early, to work when you don't feel like it, to say no to distractions, you will never truly be free. Your emotions will control you, your habits will control you, your impulses will control you. But when you master your mind, you master your destiny. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but every day you strengthen your mind, you get harder to stop. People's opinions bounce off you. Fear stops ruling you. Doubt loses its grip on you. And when your mind becomes unshakable, your life becomes unstoppable. Because once you control your thoughts, you control everything else: your actions, your results, your future. Thinking for yourself means nothing if you refuse to act. You can have the strongest mindset in the world, but if you sit still, nothing changes. Too many people spend their lives getting ready. They read, they plan, they wait for the perfect time, and then years pass, and they are in the same exact place they started. You do not need more time. You do not need more motivation. You do not need more signs from the universe. You need action, ruthless, decisive, fearless action. You have been conditioned to wait. Wait for Monday. Wait for next year. Wait until you have more money. Wait until you feel ready. And that waiting is killing you. There will never be a perfect moment, and no one is coming to push you. The only way forward is to move, make a decision, and live with it. Take the risk, make the call. Sign up for the thing that scares you. Walk away from what is draining you. You will figure the rest out along the way. People are afraid of action because they are afraid of failure. But failure is not your enemy. Inaction is. You can recover from a bad decision, but you cannot recover from a wasted life. The pain of falling is nothing compared to the pain of staying on the ground forever. You must be willing to fail, to look foolish, to be uncomfortable. Every successful person you admire has been laughed at, doubted, criticized, rejected, but they kept moving. That is why they are where they are, and others are not. Action builds momentum, and momentum is everything. The first step is always the hardest because it feels heavy. But once you take it, the second step comes easier, and then the third. Before you know it, you are running, and nothing can stop you. The discipline you build from taking daily action will compound into results so powerful they will shock everyone who doubted you. You will look back one day and barely recognize yourself, all because you refused to stay still. Stop telling yourself you need more information or more confidence. Confidence comes from action, not before it. Stop telling yourself you need to wait until you feel motivated. Motivation is unreliable. It disappears the moment life gets hard. Build habits instead. Build discipline. Do the work even when you don't feel like it, especially then. Because that is what separates winners from losers. Losers do what is easy. Winners do what is necessary. Take the leap, break the pattern, refuse to let another day slip through your fingers. There is no reward for hesitation, no medal for staying comfortable, no trophy for waiting until the timing feels perfect. There is only one prize in life: growth, and it is given to the people who take massive, relentless, unapologetic action. When you finally start thinking for yourself and taking action, you will notice something powerful. You become an example. People around you will feel it before they even understand it. Your energy will shift. The way you talk, the way you move, the way you carry yourself, it all changes. And this change is contagious. You may not realize it, but you are showing everyone around you what is possible. You become the proof that a person can break free, rewrite their story, and live life on their own terms. But this part is not easy, because the moment you start shining, you will also attract resistance. Some people will admire you, but others will try to drag you back down. They will whisper that you've changed, as if staying the same was ever the goal. They will call you selfish because you finally put yourself first. They will say you got lucky when they know deep down that you worked harder than they ever did. This is the price of becoming the example. Not everyone will clap for you. You have to accept that. You have to stay strong enough to keep going even when others misunderstand you. Because this is bigger than you now. When you rise, you are not just doing it for yourself, you are doing it for everyone watching who secretly wishes they could rise too. Somewhere, there is a younger version of you who needs to see you succeed. Somewhere, there is someone who feels hopeless and lost, who just needs one person to prove that it's possible to escape the trap. That person might never tell you, but your courage could be the reason they choose to fight for their own life. Becoming the example means holding yourself to a higher standard. You can't preach discipline and live lazy. You can't talk about courage and live in fear. You can't inspire others to take action while you sit back and do nothing. People may not listen to what you say, but they will always watch what you do. Your actions become your message. And here's the beautiful part: when you become the example, you no longer need to force people to respect you. They will. Respect follows results. Influence follows consistency. When they see you living free, when they see you walking with confidence, when they see that you've built a life that no one can take from you, they won't be able to ignore you. Some will follow, some will hate, but all will notice. That is what thinking for yourself does. It turns you into living proof that life can be something extraordinary. It makes you a light in a world full of people stumbling in the dark. And when you hold that light high enough, you don't just find your way, you show others theirs. So here you stand at the edge of a choice that will define everything. You can go back to who you were, back to the old patterns, back to the comfort of living by someone else's rules. Or you can take the leap and finally claim what has always been yours: your freedom, your voice, your power. Understand this: you only get one shot at this life. There are no do-overs, no rewinds, no second chances to be who you might have been. Every day you spend living for others is a day you can never get back. Every dream you bury stays buried unless you dig it out with your own hands. If you want to feel alive, if you want to look in the mirror and respect the person staring back at you, you must start now. Not tomorrow, not next year. Now. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, people will doubt you. Yes, you will fail along the way. But those failures will shape you into someone unstoppable. They will give you strength that comfort could never give you. One day, you will look back at the moment you decided to take control, and you will realize that was the day your real life began. So stop waiting for permission. Stop asking for approval. Stop hoping someone else will choose you. Choose yourself. Write your own rules. Think for yourself, act for yourself, and live a life that sets your soul on fire. Because at the end of the road, there is no greater victory than being able to say, with no regret and no apology, "This was my life and I lived it my way."